Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Genshin Impact 2.1. We're here to bring you the locations of the Electroculus located on Watatsumi Island. After consulting the Tavad interactional map, or into whatever map, there is 22 on Watatsumi Island, but literally going to all the locations and going up and down the whole area, there's only 21. So I'll clarify when I get to that actual one, which is it's around the middle of the video. But there's only 21 that I could find out of the 22. That one just isn't appearing anywhere on the map when I'm running near its location. But more on that when we get there. So let's start off with the first Electroculus here. So for the first Electroculus, you're going to want to come down to the southernmost point, down to this Wave Rider. Once you've unlocked this little Wave Rider thing, you want to summon your boat, and you just want to jump in and go out towards the sea. And obviously as you're traveling there, you'll see it floating right there above in the sky. Just want to get right beneath it, and hopefully you are right beneath it. Hold space to exit and fly up towards it and pick it up. And that's the very first one. And staying down on the southern side, we're doing this around the Boru village. Terrible pronunciation. But you want to get to this pillar kind of rocky area here, this kind of pylon, whatever you want to call it, and you want to get to where this marker is situated. When you get here, you'll see a ledge and a little underpass. The Electroculus is under the underpass. Now, I do have Kazuha, but I'm not going to use him to get it. You just want to hug the ceiling of the underpass as best as you can and slowly get to the Electroculus. And that's the second. And for this next Electroculus, you're going to want to stay again on the southern side of the whole of Watatsumi Island and get to about this marker on the top side of the whole little cliff. When you get here, you'll see the floating rock formation right there, and you'll see these compass things. Now what you want to do is make it so the compasses stay highlighted. It is made a bit more difficult because the little Sealy is actually disrupting the flow for a few of them. And so you have to strategically and expertly make the compass points align. Hopefully the Sealy isn't messing it up too badly, which I believe it actually is. Yeah, so this is the struggle for this one. You have to align all these parts here, but the Sealy is messing it up for you. The Sealy aligns that one, so we need to hurry up this cooldown, please. We do this. And yeah, the Sealy, there you go, that platform there is now made. Now we need to quickly grab our little thing here and fly up. And once you fly up like this, you'll be able to jump up and pick up the Sealy. Oh god, there you go. So you do that little puzzle, and then these things appear, and you'll have that little platform there to save you if you fall. And that is the third Electroculus. And for the fourth Electroculus, you want to travel a bit more west from the third. And when you get here, you'll see a little farm to one side of an underpass. And you'll see a little pond / the beach to one side of the underpass. And as you can see, the fourth Electroculus here is in this little underpass area. So now I'm going to attempt to do this without using Kazuha, just to make it a bit more free-to-play player friendly. But you do a bit of jumping and shimmering, whatever you call it, slowly along the wall until you can just get it. You can use this little ledge here to jump up onto the rock, or you can just try to climb it from different angles, or you can even try to glide in if you want. But that is the fourth Electroculus. And for the fifth, we jump down to the village that we get to do the main story quest in, and specifically we're jumping over to Tepe's house. If you've done the story, you know what that means, but we're jumping over to this little house here at the end of the village, and we're going to use this as a landmark. We're going to travel back down a bit under this little wooden bridge and in this kind of wooden storage area, and the fifth Electroculus will be right here, right behind this wagon. And now for the sixth, we're traveling a bit more inland. We're going down to the river side here of this little ledge between these two little islands. You want to drop down to the river section of it, and you'll see this electro-destroyable rock, and you want to just destroy it with some elemental attacks, pyro or cryo or hydro. All of them work, and once you break it, you'll be greeted with the sixth or fifth, whichever number Electroculus we're up to. There it is. And the seventh here is over by the Saganamiya Shrine waypoint here. You want to teleport to this one once you've unlocked it. And to use that as a waypoint, you got the stairs there. You want to come to just to the left of the stairs. You'll see this little ledge you can drop off. If you look down, you can see that the Electroculus is right behind the waterfall. And if we jump down and slowly glide towards it, we can just drop down on top of it and pick up the 7th Electroculus like that. And now for the 8th Electroculus, we're coming over to the Suigetsu Shrine Palace, whatever this thing is. And you can see the Electroculus over there at the top of the little area, or the building rather. But I thought I'd show you a way to get up there because maybe you need specific characters, much like the Raiden Shogun Palace. You didn't need, but it was very easy to actually get up there with specific characters. So I thought I'd show my method of getting up there, trying not to use any, characters like Kazuha or Zhongli's Pillar, just trying to climb up there as best as I can. And because it's in the middle of the air, not really many characters can actually do that in terms of just by themselves. So I'm just going to climb to the top here and glide down to it. So just climb to the top of this little shell thing and just jump over and glide towards it. And that right there will be the 8th Electroculus. And for the 9th Electroculus, we're climbing over to this little mountain behind the Suigetsu Shrine. We're getting to this point right here next to this little edge cliff. As a waypoint, you can use this little electro door as a waypoint. Once you get to this little ledge here, you'll see a few waterfalls as well. You just want to drop down a bit and glide, keeping your eyes peeled for what you're looking for, which is the Electroculus. Dropping down a bit more towards the actual waterfall here, it's in this little underpass, or under this little rock formation. Just tightly hug the wall and you'll be able to get it, and that right there is the 9th Electroculus. And for the 10th Electroculus, you want to come to the Moen Shrine, terrible pronunciation, but you want to just go to this waypoint and travel to the easternmost part of the cliff, staying on top of the cliff. Once you get here, you want to just come to the edge, and then as you jump off, instantly start gliding. And what you're looking for here is the underpass. So you can drop down a bit more, and once you see the underpass or you get to the edge of it, start gliding, and right underneath it should be the 10th Electroculus. And for Electroculus 11 and for the foreseeable few, we're starting from this waypoint here and moving upwards. But for number 11, you want to travel down to this waypoint here, the southeastern one. And you want to head towards this little marker here. I thought I'd start from this point because it's a bit more easier to describe how I'm gliding. But you want to get to that little mountain formation and under its underpass. So I thought it would be easier to start from the top here at the very tip. And you want to slowly glide over towards it, not quite, dropping close to it. You can land on top if you're more comfortable that way. You can just land on top like this and then, decide how you want to approach it from there. But you want to just jump off like this and stay tight and close to the actual formation. Once you see the Electroculus, home in on it and pick it up, and that is the 11th Electroculus right there. And for the 12th Electroculus, it may look here on the map like we are on top of this cliff, but that is actually wrong. We're on the side of the cliff. And going into here, we can see that we are on the side of the cliff. We're right next to some waterfalls there. And the best way to do this is go to the top and slowly glide down. Now, big kind of tip or disclaimer for this one is that you have to do a prerequisite quest for this one. Now, I don't actually have a guide on the quest because it's not too difficult of a quest, but to pick it up, you want to go over towards the Moen Shrine, and there will be a quest NPC there of a shrine maiden, a blue and white looking shrine maiden. She's wearing like a blue and white kimono. You pick up the quest from her. I believe it's here, rather. You pick up the quest from her, you go to 4 different parts of the map on Watatsumi Island, you do that quest, and then she will send you here to this little door. There will be a blue door here for you, rather. Once you get here, you'll put in those 4 items that you picked up throughout the quest, and they'll give you access to this zone. And then when you get into this area, you'll have another bit of a quest to do, but if you're just looking for the Electroculus, then if you look slightly up, you'll be able to see the Electroculus right above us. Now this is a bit of a difficult one to get, but I recommend just gliding over towards the left here and climbing this little rocky wall and then trying to find a position where you can stand on. You can climb even higher if you're feeling a bit uncomfortable with the little kind of ledge here. But if you angle yourself correctly and then just jump to the left, you'll be able to pick up the 12th Electroculus just like that. And walking out of the cave where we found the 12th Electroculus, the 13th is right here, right next to us. If you just look slightly down under the little waterfall to our right side, you'll be able to see it. You just jump off that little ledge there and glide over towards it like this. Don't get caught in the water because that can be quite annoying. But you slowly go towards it and you pick up the 13th Electroculus. And quickly to just say this, where the one Electroculus that I quote-unquote miss for Watatsumi Island in terms of the information that the interactable map provides us, that 14th or whatever Electroculus it is for you is meant to be situated roughly right here. The interactable map says that it's meant to be here, but even if I go down into the cave underneath the waterfall, there's no marker. Even if I look around here, even in the sky, I don't see a single thing that indicates that there might be an Electroculus here. So this could have been a little bit of a mishap on whoever created the marker, or it could be here and there might be some future quest or something like that. But as it stands right now, this is the only one that I miss out of all the ones on Watatsumi Island. Moving on to the 14th one now though. Now moving a bit more inland for the 14th Electroculus, we're going over to this little island here, right to the eastern side of the word shrine in Saganamiya Shrine. And you want to get to about where this marker is. When you get here, you'll see, if you're on top, you'll see these puzzles here and an electrogranum. And if you look off slightly to the side here, you'll be able to see a little bubble here where you need an electrogranum to get inside. That is where the Electroculus is. So you want to pick up this electrogranum, jump off the side of the cliff, and just glide slowly towards this little ledge. And there you go, that is the 14th Electroculus. Now, if you by chance maybe can't get into it, or you get said or told that you can't go in because your Electrogranum level is too low, then that means that your Grand Narukami Shrine tree level is too low, and you just need to go get more Electro Sigils and put them into the tree. But other than that, that is the location of the 14th Electroculus. Now for the 15th, you want to keep on traveling around that little ridge from where the 14th was, and you want to get to this little peak of a cliff here. Once you're at the very peak, this is another one of those, it's underneath a little overhang. So you want to get around to a good point of the ledge here and just jump off and glide and hug the ceiling as best as you can. If you do so, you'll be able to pick up the 15th Electroculus. And for the 16th Electroculus, you want to travel even more along this kind of circle of islands here. And you want to get to the one right above the word Saganamiya, right here where this marker is. When you get on top of the actual pillar here and to this little location where they split, you'll be able to jump to this side or whichever side you're more comfortable with. And in between them, right there floating, is the 16th Electroculus. So if you just slowly glide towards it and pick it up like that, you'll get the 16th. Now we're jumping over to the Suigetsu Pool Island here where you can find this domain. Now I'm just going to play a few clips or one or two clips of me solving the two puzzles, i.e. draining the water in the hole, and then also doing the puzzle of connecting the lines and unlocking a lot of the doors. I'll do a bit of a voiceover for those, just explaining what I'm doing, and for those who need help solving the puzzles. The reason I'm showing you guys how to do these puzzles is because you need to do one or two of these puzzles to actually unlock the 17th Electroculus. So let's get into those clips now. So when you first arrive on Suigetsu Island, you'll see the pit full of water, and you'll see these little puzzles around the little circle. So you have to light up the compass puzzles so they're pointing pretty much at the electro pillar that's closest to them. And then once you've done that with all 4 compass puzzles, you need to switch to a bow electro character. Kujo, Sara, or Fisher will work. And you want to just shoot all the electro pylons very quickly so they light up. And after you do that, the water will drain down halfway. Now, after you've drained the pool halfway, you want to just jump in there towards the side that has the little hole in it, and you want to swim without wasting any time towards the end. Now, what you're looking for specifically to climb is that little wooden log sticking out of the water, because that will lead you up into a little room. Once you get in the room, there'll be 3 buttons on 3 of the walls that don't have the gate on them. What you want to do is just either climb onto the wall or jump at the wall and press all 3 buttons.
After you do that, the gate will open. And from here, obviously I was doing this my first time in the actual video, so I was also kind of like trying to figure out what to do by myself. So I looked around the water. You can't go in the water, so you have to go up. And you'll be seeing these little electro kind of pylons that you can pick up. Those are for a later on puzzle. So you just want to climb through the ceiling here, and you'll come up to a few doors. You click that button, and that will drain the rest of the water, so you'll unlock the domain. And you've also got a few switches here that you can press to open the doors here, so you have easier access to these rooms. Now going back to exploring the area where the water had filled in, you'll find a few puzzles. And one of the big puzzles that you'll find after opening a few doors and exploring a bit is this little electro pylon. And so you have to shoot it all in a specific order. Now if you don't catch the order that I'm shooting it in, obviously just go back into the video and just see what order I shoot it in. But in the first room it's the left, the right, and in that little second cracked area it's the right and then left. So you have to do that first. And then you need to do this little compass puzzle where you have to switch to a Beidou, preferably because it's the only character who can apply electricity themselves with her elemental skill. So you want to switch to Beidou and you want to align this compass to its little point, which is towards the gate. And obviously this is my first time exploring it, so don't, sorry about if it looks like I'm a bit confused myself. I'm just trying to figure things out. But after this, you want to see there's a little hole in the ceiling or wall. You want to just climb up through that, and you'll see the second compass that you need to click on, or rather aim into the right direction, which is towards the door again. And once you aim that towards the right area, you'll open the door behind you, which will give you another one of those connector things. After this, you just want to continue opening doors, continue exploring until you get to about this location where you'll see this Sealy, which is not important, but you'll see the Electro Granum and the Electro Shield. So now that you've unlocked all the stuff here from the Suigetsu pool, drained the water, unlocked a lot of these doors here, you want to look for this location right here. So just walk around the halls a bit, here's a few landmarks, a staircase, that arrow thing. You want to find the Electro Granum, and you want to pick it up and be very swift and run through these doors here and over towards this electro door. Once you get here, you go through it by walking into it slightly, and you get put up here. You'll encounter a electro door once you get here. Just walk through it, obviously, break it, and it'll disappear. And then if you look directly up, you'll see the 18th or 17th Electroculus. I forgot what number I'm up to. So you want to just climb the wall here, slowly but surely, and do a bit of a back jump to pick up the Electroculus. And you'll also be greeted with a luxurious chest, which is quite nice. So that rewards you for completing the puzzle. And as well as an enigmatic page. Just pick this up just in case, because it is a bit of a little collectible. Now for the 18th Electroculus, you want to jump over to the beach side of this little island underneath the marker of the hydrostasis. You want to jump to the beach side of the island. Once you get to this little looking area, you'll see a beach with some rocks and then a little waterfall into a hole. If you look down into the hole, you'll see the Electroculus there floating in the middle of the sky. So just slowly make your way down by gliding to the Electroculus. Pick it up, and that's the 18th Electroculus right there. And now for the 19th Electroculus, you want to keep on traveling either along this little ridge if you manage to get up after the 18th, or you can teleport to this waypoint and just travel a bit east. But you want to get to this little waterfall here. Once you get here, you'll be greeted with a little bit of a crumbled rock there, a few puzzles like a door there, and these floating cubes. Now the Electroculus, as you can see, is right there floating in the sky. And you have a little tether point here. These only appear after you've completed this puzzle. So you've got a variety of different rocks here. You've got these two floating rocks here. You've got a rock here to the left and a rock over there across, and as well as one over here where my cursor is. Once you've got all those facing in the same direction, which I have just them facing that way, which is east, you'll be able to see that tether point. Now all you want to do is jump over here towards this Electro Granum, pick it up, and then carefully but surely glide over towards it here, positioning yourself accurately so you can propel yourself up and pick up the 19th Electroculus.
And now for the 20th and second final Electroculus, you want to come to this pretty much northernmost island of Watatsumi Island, and you want to get to the very peak of this little mountain formation here on the this side, the bottom right side. Once you get to here at the peak, it's another one of those under the ledge situations, so you want to just get a good gliding point. So I'll just glide from this angle here, and you want to open your glider straight away and hug the ceiling of the little overhang as best as you can. If you do it good enough or well enough, you'll be able to just pick up the 20th there, but if you fail, just go climb it again, it's all good. And that right there is the 20th Electroculus. And now for the final Electroculus here, we're going to the northwesternmost point of the island, just over to this ledge. You can see that I'm on the beach side, but you can do this even as a little on the cliff, because this is another one of those overhang situations. If we look up, we can see it floating there underneath the cliff. So you can do it from the top of the cliff, or you can do it how I'm going to do it, which is they planted a strategic electrogranum here with a little tether point right there. So you can just pick up the electrogranum and use the tether point to propel you right into the Electroculus, or you can glide from the top of the cliff, hugging the ceiling of the overhang. And there you have it, that is the 21st Electroculus. And there you have it, guys, that is all the Electroculus for Watatsumi Island. Now again, I do apologize about that one that was located roughly around here. I really don't know anything about that one. On the interactive map, it says that there are 3 there. I only found 2 there. Going into the cave, there wasn't any signs of one there. I tried hugging some of the waterfalls, there wasn't any other ones there, and on the surface there wasn't anything extra or any signs of it there either. So I do apologize if that actually is one and I just don't know how to get it. But this is 21 out of 22, quote unquote 22 Electroculus. That also could have been just a mishap or a misclick on the interactive map for the same little marker, but that is the 21 Watatsumi Island Electroculuses. I will have the Seirai Island little Electroculus guide up in the next few hours after the release of this one, so stay tuned if you are looking for that one as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, and if you enjoy guide type content from me, Venessence, then also hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.